Have you ever wondered why some people seem to learn English so quickly, while others stay stuck at the same level for years?
It's not about talent, it's about habits. Today, we're going to reveal the top 5 habits of people who learn English fast and how you can do the same.
Hey everyone, I'm David.
And I'm Sarah. Welcome to the Speak English podcast, the show that helps you practice real English in a fun, simple, and natural way.
In each episode, we'll share practical tips, powerful techniques, and real conversations, so you can speak English with more confidence every day.
And today's topic is all about the top 5 habits of people who learn English fast. Yes, we're going to say that a lot because it's that important.
So if you're ready to speed up your learning and finally feel progress, stick around. This episode is for you.
And before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to the Speak English podcast so you never miss a chance to practice with us. Now, let's get into habit number 1.
Let's begin with the first habit. Daily practice. This is something every successful English learner has in common. They don't wait for motivation or the perfect moment. They make English a part of their day, just like brushing their teeth or checking their phone. Even if it's just 10 minutes, they make it count.
Exactly. And what's interesting is that these 10 minutes done every single day are more powerful than 2 hours once a week. Why? Because your brain learns better through consistency. It's like watering a plant every day instead of flooding it once a month.
Habit number 2 is they listen a lot. And I mean a lot. They're constantly exposing themselves to the sound of English through podcasts, songs, series, and even background conversations. It helps their brain get used to how English really sounds.
Right? And that passive listening builds your ear for the language. Without realizing it, you start to recognize sounds, patterns, and even grammar. You're training your brain to hear English naturally, the same way children learn their first language.
The third habit is all about confidence. They speak without fear. This one is huge. The people who learn fast don't wait until they're perfect. They make mistakes, laugh at themselves, and just keep going. That's how you grow.
Yes, speaking is not about being perfect. It's about being understood and improving each time. So many people are afraid of being judged, but the truth is, the more you speak, the faster you learn. It's okay to sound awkward at first. Everyone does.
Now, let's talk about habit number 4. They repeat and shadow. This means they listen to native English, pause, and then repeat what they hear, mimicking the accent, rhythm, and emotion. It's like karaoke for English learning.
And it works incredibly well. Shadowing helps you sound more fluent, more natural, and more confident. It trains your mouth and your brain at the same time. Plus, it's fun. You can do it with movie scenes, podcasts, even with this episode.
And finally, habit number 5. They reflect and review. At the end of the day or week, they take a moment to think, what new words did I learn? What mistakes did I make? What do I want to focus on next? It's a habit of self-awareness.
This reflection helps you become your own coach. You're not just going through the motions, you're actively learning. It turns English from a subject into a personal journey. And that's what makes it stick.
So, these are the 5 habits. Daily practice, listening a lot, speaking without fear, shadowing, and reflecting. These aren't difficult, but they require consistency and intention.
And now that you know what the habits are, let's show you how they actually work in real life. It's time for a quick demonstration so you can experience one of these habits for yourself.
All right, now let's try something together. We're going to do a shadowing exercise. This is one of the best techniques for improving your pronunciation, fluency, and even listening skills. And the best part? You don't need a teacher, a book, or a classroom. Just your ears and your voice.
Exactly. So here's how it works. I'm going to say a sentence slowly. Then I'll pause so you can repeat after me. Try to copy my pronunciation, rhythm, and tone, like you're an actor playing a role. Don't worry about being perfect. Just focus on matching the sound.
Let's start with a simple sentence. I want to improve my English. Ready? Repeat after me. I want to improve my English. Go ahead, say it out loud, even if you're alone. We'll wait for you.
Great. Now, let's do the same sentence again, but this time with more natural speed and rhythm. Listen first. I want to improve my English. Hear the difference? That's how native speakers usually say it. Now it's your turn. I want to improve my English.
Nice. That was shadowing in action. It might feel a bit weird at first, but it's one of the most powerful ways to train your mouth and your brain to work together in English. The more you do it, the more natural it becomes.
Let's do one more for fun. Listen carefully. Speaking English makes me feel more confident. Got it? Now your turn. Speaking English makes me feel more confident. Focus on the flow, not just the words.
Awesome. You're doing great. And here's a tip. You can shadow anything. Your favorite movie lines, podcast episodes, even YouTube comments. Just pause, repeat, and imitate. That's the core of this habit.
And it's so easy to add into your daily routine. You can do it while you're walking, cooking, or even brushing your teeth. 5 minutes a day can make a big difference in how natural your English sounds.
Also, shadowing doesn't just help with pronunciation. It builds your confidence. You start to feel more comfortable speaking because the phrases become part of you. You're not just translating anymore. You're communicating.
And the more you practice like this, the faster you'll develop fluency. It's not just about memorizing vocabulary, it's about training your speaking muscle, just like athletes train their bodies.
Remember, don't worry if you don't get it perfect on the first try. Shadowing is a process. You repeat, you adjust, and you improve. That's how language learning works.
And now that you've tried shadowing, let's talk about the benefits of building these habits and how they can transform your English journey.
So, why do these habits matter so much? The truth is, when you make them part of your daily life, learning English becomes less of a struggle and more of a lifestyle. You don't just study English anymore, you live it, and that changes everything.
That's right. These habits help you stop depending on textbooks or boring grammar drills. Instead, you start interacting with the language naturally, the way native speakers learned it growing up. You learn from context, repetition, and real communication.
One big benefit is that your confidence grows fast. When you speak every day, even just to yourself, you stop being afraid of making mistakes. You start thinking, I can do this. And that mindset makes a huge difference in your progress.
And there's another thing. Your listening improves dramatically. When you make listening a daily habit, your brain gets faster at understanding English. You begin to catch words and phrases you used to miss, and conversations feel less overwhelming.
These habits also help with retention. When you repeat, review, and use the language consistently, it sticks. You don't forget new words after 2 days. They become part of your active vocabulary because you're using them in real situations.
And let's not forget pronunciation. Shadowing and listening a lot help you sound more natural. You begin to pick up the rhythm and melody of English, which is something that's very hard to learn from a textbook alone.
Plus, having a routine removes decision fatigue. You don't have to think, what should I do today to learn English? You already know. 5 minutes of shadowing, 10 minutes of listening, a quick review. It becomes automatic, like brushing your teeth.
And when something becomes automatic, it becomes sustainable. You're not relying on motivation anymore. You're building a habit, and habits are what keep you going on the hard days, the busy days, and even the lazy days.
These habits also open the door to real conversations. When you listen a lot and speak regularly, you're not just memorizing phrases. You're preparing your brain to respond naturally. That's what fluency really means.
And that leads to real connection. When you speak confidently, people respond to you differently. You feel more included, more capable, and that makes learning English an empowering experience, not just an academic goal.
So, yes, these 5 habits may seem simple, but they're incredibly powerful. They touch every part of the learning process: listening, speaking, confidence, memory, and motivation.
Now that you know the benefits, let's break it down even more. Coming up, we'll give you a step-by-step plan to start using these habits today, so you can build your own English routine, one step at a time.
All right, let's get practical. How can you actually start using these 5 habits in your daily routine? Let's walk through it step by step, so you can build a plan that fits your life, not someone else's.
Step 1. Choose a time. It doesn't have to be the same every day, but try to link your English habit with something you already do. For example, listen to a podcast while making breakfast, or shadow a sentence while getting dressed.
Step 2. Pick your tools. Find a podcast you like, a YouTube channel, or even use this episode. The key is to use real English, not boring textbook dialogues. The more you enjoy it, the more consistent you'll be.
Step 3. Set a micro goal. Don't say, "I'll study English for 2 hours." Instead, say, "I'll shadow for 5 minutes," or "I'll repeat one sentence 10 times. Small wins build momentum, and momentum is what keeps you going.
Step 4. Use your voice. Speak out loud, even if you're alone. Shadow a sentence, practice a phrase, or answer a question in English. The act of speaking helps connect the language to your thinking. It makes it real.
Step 5. Reflect at the end of the day. Ask yourself, what did I learn today? Did I speak more confidently? Is there a word I heard a lot but didn't understand? This kind of reflection turns learning into a conscious process.
Step 6. Track your progress. You don't need anything fancy: a notebook, a calendar, or even a voice memo. Just record what you practiced. Looking back and seeing your growth is one of the most powerful motivators there is.
Step 7. Repeat. Keep doing it, day after day. The magic isn't in doing something once, it's in doing it again and again. That's how habits are formed. That's how fluency is built.
And here's something important. It's okay to miss a day. What matters is getting back on track. Don't wait for Monday or a new month. Just pick up where you left off. That's the mindset of someone who learns fast.
Also, personalize your practice. If you love music, use songs. If you enjoy stories, use short videos or audiobooks. When English feels like fun, it becomes part of who you are, not just something you study.
Over time, these little steps add up. You'll start to notice that English doesn't feel so foreign anymore. You'll think faster, speak smoother, and feel more relaxed in conversations. That's the reward of habit.
And now that you know how to build these habits, let's talk about something just as important: what to avoid. Coming up next, the most common mistakes English learners make and how you can stay one step ahead.
Let's talk about something important: the mistakes that slow people down. Even motivated learners fall into these traps. But the good news is, once you know what they are, you can avoid them and move forward with more confidence.
One of the biggest mistakes is waiting for the perfect time to practice. People say, "I'll study when I have more free time," or "I'll speak when I feel ready." But the truth is, there's never a perfect moment. You create it by starting.
Another common mistake is focusing too much on grammar rules. Now, grammar is important, yes, but if you spend all your time memorizing rules instead of using the language, you'll feel stuck. You need balance, input, output, and a little grammar.
Yes, and speaking of output, a big mistake is not speaking out loud. Many learners just read or listen, but they never activate the language. Your mouth needs practice too. Fluency comes from speaking, even if you make mistakes, especially if you make mistakes.
There's also the perfection trap. This is when learners are afraid to speak because they don't want to say something wrong. But mistakes are part of learning. In fact, the people who learn the fastest are the ones who are brave enough to mess up and keep going.
Another trap is jumping from one resource to another, one app, one method, one YouTube channel. It creates confusion and overwhelm. It's better to choose one or two resources and go deep. Master them. Repetition beats variety when it comes to learning habits.
And then there's the comparison game. You see someone speaking fluently, and you think, I'll never be that good. But you don't see the hours they've spent practicing. Everyone has their own pace. The only person you need to compete with is yesterday's version of you.
A mistake I see a lot is thinking that more time equals more progress. But it's not about how much time you spend, it's about how well you use that time. 10 focused minutes with shadowing or active listening is better than an hour of distracted studying.
Also, don't ignore your weaknesses. If you avoid speaking because it's hard, that skill won't grow. Lean into the difficult parts. That's where the most growth happens. Turn your weak points into strong habits. One day at a time.
And finally, don't give up too early. Some days will feel slow, some weeks will feel like nothing is changing. That's normal. Progress in language is invisible at first, but suddenly it shows up when you least expect it.
So remember, avoid perfectionism. Stop waiting for the right time. Speak more, reflect often, and stick with it. These are the habits of learners who grow and stay growing.
And now that you know what not to do, let's give you something exciting, a challenge, something simple you can do today to start building these powerful habits. Ready? Let's go.
All right, it's challenge time. We want to invite you to take the first real step toward faster English learning, starting today. It's a 5-day habit challenge, and we'll guide you through exactly how to do it. Ready? Here it is.
For the next 5 days, choose one habit from today's episode, just one, and practice it for 10 minutes a day. That's it. You don't need a big goal or a long schedule. You just need consistency. Small actions, repeated daily, lead to big changes.
Let's say you choose shadowing. Find a short video or podcast clip in English that you enjoy. Listen to one sentence, pause, and repeat it out loud, copying the speaker. Do that for 10 minutes. That's your session for the day. Simple, right?
Or maybe you pick self-talk. You can talk to yourself while cooking, driving, or even walking your dog. Describe what you're doing in English. It doesn't have to be perfect. The point is to activate your English. Make it part of your thinking.
If you're more of a listener, try our daily input habit. Each morning or evening, spend 10 minutes listening to real English. A podcast, a TED Talk, a movie scene. Don't pause. Don't translate. Just listen and let your brain absorb the rhythm.
And here's the cool part. We want you to track your progress. Write it down in a notebook or record a voice memo each day. Say what habit you practiced and how you felt afterward. You'll be surprised at how motivating that is by day 3.
Also, if you're feeling brave, share your progress online. Use the hashtag #SpeakEnglishHabit on Instagram or Twitter. We'll be checking it out, and who knows, we might give you a shout-out in a future episode.
And remember, don't aim for perfect, aim for done. Even on busy days, even if it's just 5 minutes. The goal is to show up. That's what builds momentum. That's what separates passive learners from powerful communicators.
By the end of the 5 days, you'll feel different. You'll feel more in control of your English journey. You'll realize, hey, I can do this. That's what we want for you. Confidence, clarity, and consistency.
So, are you in? We hope so. Choose your habit, set your timer, and start today. And don't forget to come back next week for a brand new episode. We've got something really exciting planned. But first, let's wrap this one up.
All right, let's wrap things up. Today we talked about the top 5 habits of people who learn English fast. And not just what they are, but how to build them, why they work, and what mistakes to avoid. If you're still listening, it means you're serious about your English journey. And that's amazing.
Absolutely. We also shared a practical step-by-step plan and even a challenge you can start today to turn your motivation into action. We believe in you and we hope you feel inspired to create your own English habit routine.
Now we want to hear from you. What's one habit you're going to start this week? Or maybe you've already tried something that worked for you. Share it in the comments. Your story could inspire someone else who's watching right now.
And hey, if you've ever struggled with consistency or felt stuck in your English, tell us about it. Let's make the comments a space for support and connection. We're all learning, and nobody has to do it alone.
And if you've made it all the way to the end of this episode, wow, that says a lot about your dedication. You're not just watching videos, you're showing up. So, here's a little secret code. Comment the word 5 down below, so we know you're one of the real ones.
We read every comment, and it means the world to us to see this amazing community growing, so don't be shy. Drop your thoughts, your questions, or just say hi. And if you found value in this episode, there's just one more thing you can do to help us.
Hit that like button. It helps a lot more than you think. And if you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and tap that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our future episodes. We've got so much more coming your way.
And don't forget to turn on notifications so you'll know the moment we drop our next episode. We're here every week with practical English tips, real conversations, and ways to help you speak with confidence.
Thanks again for spending this time with us. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about showing up every day with the right habits and the right mindset. You've got this.
See you next time on the Speak English podcast. And until then, keep learning, keep practicing, and keep speaking English with confidence. Bye for now.